Hi guys, today we're going to talk about the YouTubers that I am actually watching right now, the ones that I'm really enjoying, and the reasons that my tastes have changed in terms of content that I consume. I love makeup and I am not a minimalist. So some of these people a year ago would not have appealed to me at all. I know that one person specifically, I'll talk about her straight away, she's called ALLISON ANDERSON. I forget what she used to be called. I feel like she had a different name. She was came up around the same time as like Miss Glamorazzi and all of those kind of people. She was in that clique. A few years ago, she changed her content style quite drastically from hauls and makeup and fashion to minimalism, and that pretty much is when I switched off. I was super interested in her stuff while I was moving because she did some moving content that was amazing. She used to move really frequently, which works for me because I loved the stuff where she was packing everything up, all of her moving tips, everything to do with organizing, loved all of that. And occasionally I'd watch her stuff about like only buying consumables and living a minimalist life, and it just didn't really feel like me. It wasn't really my vibe. And so although I continued to subscribe to her, I didn't really watch very much of her content. And when I came to make this list, I thought of her and I thought I'm gonna check out her channel and see what's what now. You know, I haven't looked for a while, hasn't appeared in my browse features because I haven't watched her for a while. And so I kind of like made a concerted effort to actually go and check her out. And I feel now she is going to be a firm favourite in my subscription feed. And so I'm including her, but I've really only watched her for the past couple of weeks when I started planning this video and thinking, who am I gonna, I really rediscovered her. And so I wanted to mention first of all, I'm not a minimalist. I'm very much still a beauty junkie. I will still purchase things from time to time. I'm not doing a full no buy yet, but I think that's probably on the horizon. And I'm not going to be ever like a one in, one out kind of person or only buying consumables. That's just not me. But there's a lot of her content now that I really do enjoy and that really appeals to me because I'm trying to buy less. I'm trying to live with less. I'm trying to break the habits of needing new, needing more, just as a consumer, let alone as a YouTube content creator, because as a creator, you're constantly needing to bring new things in to make things fresh and new and interesting for the viewer. So I've kind of got it from two sides that I'm fighting. I'm trying to fight the regular thing in me that's wanting to buy new things, and I'm trying to fight the thing in me that says you need to film hauls or people won't watch you. She's, like I say, very, very minimalist. And then slightly down from her, I would say, is LOUISE POSTON. I hope I'm saying her name correctly. When I started doing my project pan and when I talked about my relationship with money, I have a video about that. I got so many suggestions of who to watch and so many people suggested Hannah. And so obviously I started watching her. And again, very, very warm. There's some quality about her that makes her very watchable. And her content, if you're into it, is very binge worthy because there's lots and lots and lots of very similar themes. So if you're on a kick of wanting to declutter, there'll be lots of that. If you're on a kick of wanting to watch someone kind of depot lots of things and play around with makeup or talk about why she's not purchasing things, that kind of thing, lots and lots and lots of content. It's all very, very similar within that same category. And so once you're in that mood, there's lots that you can consume, which I really, really like because I'm definitely a binge watcher now. I feel like I've grown up again a second time on Netflix and I can't watch just one thing anymore. If I enjoy something, I want more of it. And she did this whole thing of like a big no buy, and then she did her year of less stuff, and her whole journey is trying to have less things. So she's a recovering spendaholic, which I feel I am. And when I watched her videos, I really did feel like it resonated with me. Like she understood. It wasn't someone coming at me from an already minimalist perspective, someone who's already conquered their addiction to shopping or their addiction to having new things and all of that. I find it really difficult to be told by someone who's never really struggled with that or someone who's already like done the steps to like, you know what I mean? You know, like if someone immediately picked up a bike and could ride it without ever having struggled, it would be difficult for them to teach somebody else to ride that bike because they don't know what it's like to learn. They just always had that in them. And so I prefer to listen to advice and listen to how to do something from someone who struggled with it. That's personally how I connect with people when it comes to learning. And she is that person. She is someone who is constantly struggling with not purchasing something, occasionally falls down on it, and is trying new and different things to make it fresh and interesting for herself. So she was giving herself monthly budgets, and now she's given herself an annual budget, but she's blown a chunk of it, and now she's got to reassess. It's really interesting if you are also in that mindset. So I really, really love Hannah, and just everything about her. She's just very glamorous and kind of put together, and would recommend. Hayley from Just Buy the Makeup, I knew of her from Beauty News with Kat from Kitsch Snitch, I think. But something about Hayley, I don't know why. I like them both, but I wanted to mention specifically Hayley because recently her video ideas have really spoken to me in my subscription box. She was the one that did the revisiting the haul video, which I think was a great idea. She does this thing where she, I forget what she calls it, but she kind of breaks down everything she's purchased over the year, not over the year, of the month. What does she call it? It's going to drive me crazy. It's like a haul of the entire month where she goes over the things that she purchased. Should she have purchased these things? Was it a mistake? Did she budget for these things? Was it an impulse purchase? Yada, yada. I find those things, again, really relatable because it's easy to say I'm not going to purchase anything. I just posted my video of the things that I'd purchased during my no-buy. Easy to say you're not going to purchase anything. It's easy to say, right, okay, I need to save some money now and I'm not going to buy anything. But it's harder to actually not buy anything if you feel the way that we do. And I'm going to guess if you're watching this, you do feel that way. And I find her to be particularly relatable because of that, because she does fall down sometimes. She doesn't say this is super easy and we should all just be able to live minimalist lives. She's just a real person, and I really enjoy her content. I think that her video ideas are really interesting and original. Alexa from Alexa Likes, I used to follow her a long time ago, randomly found her recently when I was going through a kind of epiphany about my spending and my relationship with money, and I was just like, I don't know how to continue this YouTube thing if I am going to try to pull back on spending. I'd given myself a target. I've got hair, I'm wearing lip gloss, and you know how lip gloss and hair don't mix, or they do mix in an annoying way. I'd given myself a target. I wanted to pay off any debt that I had and have some savings next year for when we move. And I made my list. I was like, right, these are the things I need to pay off. This is insane. I've earned X amount of money in the time that we've lived here, and there is absolutely no reason for me to have any debt whatsoever, and yet I do have this unnecessary debt. And that's when I decided to talk about it. That's when I decided to make that video, and that's when I found Alexa's video where she talked about her relationship with money, why she feels the way that she does, why she thinks that she's always been an overspender, and again, just really, really resonated with me. I felt like we were kind of one, and I really enjoy her content with the same thing. She's very real, very kind of dry. She's not going to sugarcoat it and say everything's really easy, and she talks about very honest things in a very candid way, talking about not having a job, talking about like I say, overspending, the hair. Oh, I've got it. Oh, man, that was going to bother me. She's just, again, a real person who I think in real life I could have a conversation with and be like, yes, we are one. And I really enjoy her as well. And lastly, I want to mention Jessica Braun because she is my current favourite YouTuber, and she has been for probably over a year now. I only found her through her husband Tyler's channel, they do together travel vlogs. So when they go places, he's called Tyler Travels, they make videos, and he's actually a travel agent. So I think I found them through their Disney vlogs a couple of years ago, and randomly found her beauty channel again about a year ago, and have just been a die-hard fan ever since. Now, she is a classic beauty YouTuber who's been steadily trying to move away into lifestyle. And definitely still, there's plenty of beauty, but she's definitely trying to kind of broaden her horizons a little bit and make her content a bit more interesting for herself as much as for anybody else. And I'm including her because recently she's definitely taken a turn when it comes to consumerism and product pushing. She's spoken a lot about this, and it's definitely inspired me to talk more about how I feel when it comes to not spending for spending's sake. But she's still managing to do it in a way that I'm really envious of, because it still feels like new content, beauty videos, but without the constant buy this, buy this, buy this. Because right now I just don't feel good about doing that. I don't feel good about being told I need to purchase things, and I don't feel good about someone telling me I need to purchase things. I just think that we all kind of need to take a little bit of a step back, because we've all got a little bit less financial security, and we just don't know what's going to happen, you know, without getting too dark, because I'm trying to be very happy and light and everything's going to be fine. That's how I feel. That's how I cope in a situation like this. So I don't want to kind of bring any real seriousness to the conversation, but we really don't know. And so I think it's irresponsible to be constantly, you need these new things. Look at these new things I've got, do you know? And so the way that she's handling it, I'm really inspired by. And I think if you are kind of on the fence, as I have been for a long time, you're like not a minimalist, still very much enjoying beauty content, still want to see regular beauty content, don't want to be told, don't buy, don't spend, yada yada. I think she's really, really good at kind of finding that balance right now. There are people on this list who all are very, very different. So we've got kind of like the very minimalist, more lifestyle, might not completely be for you as an entire package, but you can pick and choose from those videos what you would be interested in. Then there's like the real no buy, we're trying this challenge, let's do it together, constantly updating, that kind of content. And then we've got the really struggling, absolute makeup junkie, must spend money, let's see how I'm doing kind of content. The commentary, which is so what I'm into. I'm much more into kind of commentary and chat than hauls and new stuff right now. And then there's more the classic YouTuber who's kind of throwing some of this in as well with a bit of balance. I think each of these girls does this in a great way, in their own way, in a completely different way. And I think that if you are on a bit of a journey like I am, one of them minimally will be of interest, but I think all of them are worth a look. So yeah, they are the people that I am actually truly watching right now, the people that I am going out of my way to click on their channels to see what I've missed and to catch up with their videos. I am not watching a lot of other people. I haven't unsubscribed to them because I like to kind of keep a list of people that I found, and that is my subscription list. People I found over the years, there's been something that has interested me about them, and so I've clicked and subscribed, and that's kind of my list of people that I've collected. But I go through phases of who I'm really interested in watching, and these are they right now. I will leave a list and links below. Let me know who you're really enjoying watching right now. Who are you watching that's not making you feel like you need to spend money all of the time? Let me know. I'm hoping I'm doing a good job of transitioning my content in a similar direction, although it is tricky. It's tricky to talk about makeup products without encouraging people to spend money on makeup products, but we're finding a way, hopefully. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!